Hello, hello, beloved ones. Palmatime here. I just decided to show up here on Mother's Day on a beautiful Sunday to wish all you amazing mothers out there a happy, orgasmic Mother's Day. And often when we're talking about a mother, we're just looking at those who gave birth. But being a mother is bigger than just giving birth to life. And it's also bigger than just being with your child, you know? As somebody who has been separated from her children way too many times, um, it took me like a lot of work to come back to me, to connect deeply with myself, to know that I don't need to be in the same physical space with my children for me to mother them. And this is also one of the things that I just want to talk about, you know, for because I know a lot of women are going through what I'm going through. I've connected with many. Some they're not going through it, but they are going through the process of that possibility, But the most important thing is to remember who you are as a woman. Like I said, you are creation itself, and we have been conditioned for eons to take care of everybody else, to nurture everybody's dreams, and hide from who you truly are, and we have limited even motherhood, we've limited it to just nurturing children and the partner and all that. But in truth, it's more nurturing yourself and nurturing what your soul's desire to give birth to. I've spoken a lot of times about that we can't give birth to what we don't conceive, and by conceiving, the question is, what are you holding in your womb? What are you birthing? What are your desires? It could be a book, it could be a business, it could be whatever that is, whatever that is inspiring you, whatever that calls you, that turns you on, and you want to, it's an idea, it comes through as an idea first. And just the same thing that happens when you are making love with somebody, and then that conception happens and all that, the same thing way that the idea comes, and you become alive, you're excited. I have this big idea, and you get to conceive it in your womb for some time before you see it in your physical reality. It's the same process. And we have limited this creation process only to taking care of children, which is part of it. And being a mother, it's actually demanding you to come back to you, to connect back to yourself. I was giving somebody an example of how in touch, like when somebody's pregnant, how in touch they are with their intuition, their intuitive, because their energy, their attention, their intention is within them. They're taking care of that life. And whatever that you desire, where is your energy? When you come back to your body, when you make love you make love with the universe, when you allow yourself to be led by the inspiration, that is still a process of creation. And then you see all of that coming back, like you crystallizing into a physical reality, right? So while you are busy worrying about everybody else, while you are busy blaming everybody else, the call is to come within you and ask yourself, where's my attention? This is why I pay attention, because whatever that you focus your attention on, you are creating something. And for me, being a mother has not been an easy journey, but at the same time, it has been very rewarding in the sense of waking me up to myself and also to the highest truth. Like I was asked, who are you without those children? And this is the question that I'm extending to everyone. Who are you without your children? Because everybody, even those children that your focus is on them and you feel like, I can't live without this, they are here on a purpose, they're here on that soul mission, And the question is, are you willing to listen and hear your own? Which is what I was asked. Are you willing to listen to your purpose? Are you willing to follow what your soul desires to give birth to? And I also wanted to address one of the situations that I've been coming across a lot, especially where there have been dysfunctions between parents and maybe another parent dies earlier or whatever. And then I've realized I've come across or worked with many elder children, adults, who are still harboring resentment towards the parent who may still be alive or whatever that may have happened. And now they're busy fighting the fight of how their parent were treated and all that. This is why my message is just that there is a soul contract that your mother and your father had. Whether they were married or not, it doesn't matter, but they had a contract. At times, it could be what you are also experiencing, where the question is just simple. Are you willing to honor and remember who you are? If you are being disrespected, are you willing to activate that respect within you? Whatever that you're experiencing, are you willing to learn something from it? Because it doesn't mean that if it's something that was done in your environment, society, culture, you've seen it happening in your family, it doesn't mean that you get to continue it. You may be going through this because your definition of love is what you experienced. But now the question is, are you willing to remember who you are? Are you willing to align with the template that your soul is here to experience? Because who you are is what you basically create. It's not about what happened yesterday, last year, 3 years ago, and all that. It's about who you being. Are you willing to know yourself? Are you willing to connect to yourself? That is the question that is coming through. Because even if you're running a business, which is one of the things that I see a lot with entrepreneurs, you brush all these things aside, and you are surprised why your life is happening the way it's happening. But these are the things that create the foundation, because your business is an extension of your unique essence, right? But if you have not disconnected from the templates that you were born into, what you've seen happening, probably the resentment even of your ancestors, your parents, maybe they had something that was taken away and they felt like, we have to protect you from all this, So you're going to continue creating the same templates. So what are you mothering? What are you giving birth to? Look at your physical reality. What do you see happening? Look at your relationship. What are you willing to pass on? And that is what we're talking about when you're talking about legacy, right? Because we're talking about mother wound. There is different kinds of mother wound, which could be the absent mother, the narcissist mother, the competitive mother. There is different kinds of motherhood. And at times even, it's not about your biological mother. It's about the mother that was in the society. Could be the jealousy, the critical one. There is different aspects of motherhood that we experience in the society. Sometimes it can even be stepmother, right? So you may have experienced a different kind of relationship with a biological mother, but when it comes to when you are married, you meet a different kind of mother. And it still creates a wound, whether you believe it or not. And these are the things that you need to look at and ask yourself, what am I willing to do about it? Because it's not about them, even if it's your biological mother, even if it's your stepmother, even if it's your, what do you call it, mother-in-law. Yeah, it's not about them. It's the magnetics that you're holding within you, because life is a reflection of who you are. So when you see all these things playing outside, you can be out there and pointing fingers, or you can come within me and say, what is the message here for me? Like I said, I went through different judicial system in Botswana and also in Germany, and it was crazy to see the same thing happening. But at the same time, when I go deep with the whole slavery, racism, and everything, I'm fighting the battles that have been existing even before I was born. But I'm the right person to actually put an end to that. I'm the right person to raise my hand and say, this ends with me. Because you cannot go through something if you do not have the capacity to heal it. You have the key codes within you. The question is, are you willing to remember the power that is within you? Or you want to also be lost in the story? Sometimes it can be even being silent, because it's safer. I don't want to be loud. But some of us, we were just born to be loud. We chose that personality for a reason. Because I truly believe your personality is in alignment with your soul. Who you are, you may have been told you are too much and all that, but you are that too much because you are you are meant to face things that requires you to raise your voice, that requires you to say, no, I ain't gonna tolerate that. Your personality is not a mistake. And I'm talking about your authentic personality, not the one that you have adapted or adopted for you to fit in, for you to be loud, for you to be accepted. That's a different thing. Were you trying to fit in and you deny who you are, and then you go and run expecting other people to accept you? So I just wanted to show up and wish you an orgasmic Mother's Day and just remind you as well that Mother's Day is every day. Sometimes you're waiting for somebody to give you permission. Sometimes you're waiting for somebody to celebrate you. But what if you give yourself permission? What if you choose to celebrate yourself? What if you look at what you went through and know that if you manage to survive all the shit that you've been put through, you can still take the same energy, intention, and use it towards creating what you desire. But the question is, what do you really want? I had this picture that is always in my mind of a woman who is behind bars, and then they're asked, "What do you really want?" And she says, "I don't know." And that's also the problem. Most of you do not know what you want, even when you've got chains. And somebody asks you, "What do you want?" You don't know. And I just invite you to connect to what you desire and love yourself more each and every single day. Because self-love is not, it's not about the makeup, the massages and all that. It's at times being in touch with with the pain, the hurt that is within. It's at times holding space for your tears. It's at times laughing through those tears. It's at times waking up in the middle of the night, dreaming about something that you're fucking crying about and realizing that this is a dream, this is my reality. I am experiencing this in my physical reality. But it's not just being aware of that, it's choosing. What are you choosing to do about it? Because if you are going through the same thing, talking about the same thing, because here's the thing as well, when it comes to whether it's family, friends, and all that, sometimes you can feel like you've got family and friends around you, but you are busy bonding in misery because everybody went through that shit. So you sit and talk, oh, that's just how men are. Oh, your uncle also did this, and I'm still here. Oh, remember, I mean, this is reality. I have sat with many women before when I was complaining about the situations that I was in, and they gave me many examples of people's marriages that are not working, and they said, "Oh, this man here slept with her, with her wife's sister. So, but they're still together." And I'm like, okay, so I'm supposed to also just believe that's just how life is. The question is, who are you? Who are you? What is the truth that is brewing inside of you? What is it? If you feel like this is not for me, then it's not for you. If you are comfortable with it, probably you are one of those. I remember when my higher self came through and she said, there are many women who can tolerate and stay in this situation, but this is not what you are built for. What is impossible for others is possible for you. And I'm sharing this with you so that you can believe that about you. You are different. You are unique and you get to choose. When people say this is how men are just like children, ask yourself, do you want your needs to be met or not? Because if you tolerate that men are like children, you will never find a person who can hold space for you. Because it's not about money, it's about the emotional availability. It's about the dreams that you have. You need somebody who can hold that structure of the masculine. And you are bringing whatever that you are bringing. Because you having that within you only is not enough. If you have if a partner who doesn't have the spine, they're going to be threatened by your own masculine energy, because we have the masculine and the feminine principle within you. So when you have both and they're balanced in the first place, if at all they're balanced, I don't think you'd even attract somebody in your life who is not balanced, right? I have attracted more broken people because my masculine was broken. So I was attracted to the brokenness because I needed to work on my broken masculine. I love you. And I believe that a healed mother is a healed nation. And I'm going to also put a link below of one. It's a masterclass and a healing session where we break the patriarchal programming and all that. It's very powerful. And if you're really committed to your healing, I invite you to step into this. It doesn't matter what you experience, whether it's a mother wound or being oppressed and disrespected in relationship. It starts with you calling that balance within you, healing those magnetics within you, whatever that you're holding into. I know most of you run to say, "Oh, I'm gonna cut the cords." Cutting the cords, if you have not neutralized the magnetics that within you, isn't gonna solve the problem or sort out the situation, because that is gonna come through again. You may think you've solved it with the person that you're with. You move to the next person, you're gonna continue creating the same shit, and that's the same shit that you continue to see in your business. With that said, I love you, and if you really wanna dig deep, there is also once-off session that I'm offering to new clients. And right now, because of the Mother's Day, there is 200 euro off in my once-off session. So don't miss that. Send me a DM and I'll give you a link so that you can grab this Mother's Day special. And also, there is a special as well with the mother wound healing. I call it Extraordinary Woman Self-Love, which is very vital. If at all you want to step into your extraordinary self, you get to deal with things that are getting in the way of you embodying your extraordinary. With that said, I wish you a wonder-filled, magical, and orgasmic Mother's Day, and let it be an everyday thing.